The iPad is a fantastic and versatile tool, and although this is often a wonderful thing, from a teacher's perspective, this can create challenges simply because I, as a teacher, would like to use the iPad in an administrative fashion, but I also want students to be able to work with it and create, produce, share, and research any information that they would like to work with. Because of some of the anecdotal records or photographs that I may have taken on the iPad to manage my classroom, I may not want students to have access to those features, but still be able to use the remainder of the tools on the iPad. If you only have a single iPad in the classroom, this is really the only way that you as a teacher can most efficiently use it, as well as allow the students to have access. There is a feature now, though, once you've updated to iOS 6, that will allow you to lock down your iPad temporarily and allow a student to use one of the apps while not being able to access the rest of the iPad. For example, I could take administrative notes in the morning, take some photographs of student work, and then want my students to research within only Safari. I can lock the iPad so that the student can access Safari, but nothing else, equally for any other application. The feature that we're looking at is in the Settings menu, and under the General tab, we're going to go into the Accessibility menu. There is now in iOS 6 an area called Learning and Guided Access. Guided access can be turned on or off. I'm going to turn it on, and you'll notice I then have to set a passcode. I'll set the passcode as 1234, which I then have to re-enter temporarily. And what this does is allows me in any application, such as, let's say, PickStop, to lock the iPad in that application. To do so, all I do is triple click the home button, and it gives me the guided access menu. I can turn off hardware, touch, or motion. I've chosen to turn off hardware and allow motion and touch to be accessible, since for PickStop they will need those things. When I hit start, it prompts me that guided access is started, and I now cannot get out of this application no matter how I try, and it even prompts me to tell me that guided access is enabled. Students could create their entire presentation in PickStop without being able to access the other portions of the iPad. It will not turn off, and this guided access will not disable until I, as the teacher, triple click the home button again, enter my passcode 1234, and now either alter the settings for guided access or end guided access. And at that point, I can then access the remainder of the iPad. This would prevent your students from going into any apps that you did not want them to. It would prevent them from getting into your mail. It allows them to work in the application that you have asked them to work in and no other application. A wonderful way to use a single iPad in the classroom, or to prevent students from going areas that you do not want them to go. I hope this has been helpful, and feel free to email me with any questions at any point.